Now, this success journey is so important. You see, many times people ask us, I don't have PMP. Can I do PGMP? I don't have this certification. I don't have that, etc. etc. And here we have certified program management professional. And not just certified PGMP. Certified PGMP is one thing, but the score we had is just amazing, right? I'm going to show that score in a while, but the score we had is just amazing. You see, what maximum score you can get in program management in PGM? Above target. Okay. One above target, two above. So this is the important thing here I want to share to everybody that how if you work hard, if you really work hard, if you are dedicated and you have a good coach, what you can get it here. You can see that, okay, so strategic management above target, go life cycle above target, benefit management plan above target, not plan, benefit management, stakeholder management above target, governance above target. So Sabina, you are above target, my friend, right? So congratulations. And Mr. Sami, she started her journey 30th of April. And then at that time, it was so interesting. Application took a long time. But once the application was approved, she did it. And I guess her husband also started the journey together. You did it before. It's a very,
No, we started all together.
yeah. No, no, no. He's still not PGMP. You did before.
No, no, yes, I
Now,
did
now,
it
now
first.
you can kind of say that, okay, I did it, so it's not that difficult. Let's do that, right?
Yes, I just motivate him to pass this exam, and even today we discussed that he will schedule by the mid of December. Let's see
Yeah.
how will it happen or not. We still have one our friends who also joined us at the very beginning, and now we also encourage him, motivate him, and just pushing him to continue and close this journey. So hopefully he will also be motivated and will gain the certificate very soon together with Ruslan.
Okay. Mr. Sami,
Actually,
yeah.
yeah.
Please continue. Please continue.
No, no, you just said that this is really, I just keep this PMI certification and just started with PGMP. And today, during in my post at LinkedIn, I also mentioned that I started working from 2006, and during these years, I always extend and postpone my trainings, not just related to procurement, because I'm working for supply chain management, and even starting being promoted to manager position. I have scheduled and arranged all the trainings for my staff and except myself, because I never have enough time for myself, enough time for my education and knowledge. And 1 year ago, we moved to Abu Dhabi, and I switched to remote working mode. And my husband Ruslan, he talked to Bahrus. He was also your student, one of your students, one of the first students. He passed got his PGMP in March. I don't remember exactly, but it was that time. And he proposed me, just this is time you are you're working remotely, so you have more time, you are more flexible, so you can start with PGMP certification. And yes, we started at 13th of April, 30th of April, and we had 1 month of active trainings with Mr. Abdul's Rahim guidance support. And from May to the beginning of June, we have this active phase, and then we stop our trainings. We switch to mock questions. And when I understood and realized that now I have flexibility, I do not have to attend every evening my PGMP classes, then I relaxed and I've realized that it will not work. When you know that you have to, when you have responsibility, when you know that you have to do something by the certain deadlines, you have to finish it, you have responsibilities, and you do it. Whenever you understand and realize that there is no discipline and you are flexible and you can do it whenever you want to do it, then it will not work. That's why we agreed with Mr. Abdul. During summertime, it was hard time for me because we have a lot of work. I was in Baku working in the office, and we have audit and something, all this stuff. I freeze for some times all the small questions. And at the beginning, by the mid of September, we talked to Mr. Abdul and we agreed that now we have to schedule to have our roadmap. We have to schedule our exam. So in case if I will know this, just because of me, in case I will know that I have deadline and I have to do something till this deadline, I will do it. So we scheduled by the beginning of October, we scheduled exam for 5th of November. And then we started actively working on all of these mocks, PDFs. This is what the purpose of this journey's description, just to say that if you want to do something, you can do it even within 1-2 months. If you will be dedicated, well disciplined, and result oriented, then you will gain the certificate. Because first of all, we have a good team where Mr. Abdul, he supporting you, he guiding you, he push you even to do it, to finish it, to he motivate you. And even I never heard from Mr. Abdul that Sabina, you did something bad. Yeah, there are too many mistakes. What is this? You have to be more careful, you have to be more accurate, you have to be more dedicated, etc. Every time, whenever I say that I have 15 mistakes or I have 25 mistakes, every time I just heard, well done, very good, continue. So this is really motivate people. And there were some moments when balancing work, family, study just became exhausting. And I just remind myself that what is the reason I'm pursuing the certification, become certified program manager. So thank you for all this guidance and support you gave me, Mr. Abdul Rahim and Mr. Amir. Thanks for our team. Specifically for the last 1 month, we chat at WhatsApp and we just exchange our experience, knowledges we gained during this journey, and it was really incredible. I thanks everyone
I have to say,
for this opportunity.
I have to say that was one of the beautiful introduction. And Mr. Sami, kudos to you, because if I was teaching, if you make mistake, I'm kind of, I take, why did you make that mistake? So that's very nice. If you were that type of person, Mr. Sami, that's a good thing that you are training PGMP now. No, I am not doing. Otherwise, what I do, right? Because Mr. Abdurrahim knows that whenever he's making mistake, I was like, okay, this is the mistake. Why did you make that? So that's a good thing. He's always motivating, pushing you to the next direction. Mr. Abdurrahim, would you
Yes.
like to say something?
Yeah, first of all, congratulations to Miss Sabina. It's a really an achievement, also for her, for the company, and also for me also, because as you started in the beginning to train someone who has no uh, PMI experience and directly coming to the PGMP and to convert them into a study mode. Like I think she started to study after 15 or 16 years. Mr. Ruslan was with us. He started to study after 22, 23 years. So it was one of the challenging tasks for me to put them into the study mode. But they were very passionate. That's the main point. And consistency is the key. Like we started on 30th of April, now 6 months, every day, daily basis, they were doing something. And then I think another thing that keeping focus on the booklet. This I would like to appreciate Miss Sabina and Mr. Ruslan. They both had the hard copies. Okay, and they said, okay, Mr. Abdul, if I am not doing any question today, what shall I do? I said, only read 2 lines of the booklet. So that kept them engaged, that kept them linked with the studies. I think that was a major thing that everybody who will be listening now, or who will be listening later on, even if you don't have time, at least you can take out 5 minutes every day. And to keep them on track for 5 minutes, booklet is the key that guides you, that tells you, okay, and that keeps you motivated. Okay, I did something today, I did something today. So big applause for Miss Sabina for doing it, and doing it in a great style. Because even sometimes some students say, sir, we can give the exam now. I said, yes, you can do. Even tomorrow you can go and pass with target, but that is not the aim. You have to understand the concepts, so that also you can apply in your real project life. That is the essence of doing any PMI certification.
Hmm. That is so true, that you need to work into those certificate, and you need to look into that how we can get this thing done. Okay. I really loved the way how she oriented it. Now let's talk about more of the how did you, since it was your first exam all the time. Yesterday we had a discussion about, and all the nervousness were there, was supposed to be there. How did you manage time?
Uh, Honestly saying, when I came and the lady at reception, she said that you will not have any stops, any breaks. So you have to enjoy your 270 minutes without doing anything. I mean, without any breaks. And she came with me into the room and we just explain all the stuff. And what the main important things when we entered the room, and she gave me this notes to write something with a pen, removable pen, and immediately I started to write all these domains, some principles, business, and she just came and said, "What are you doing? You are not started yet. Wait." Okay, we use a razor, we just clean it up, and just push the button. And I didn't realize that exam already started. I
Okay.
just see the first question and understood that, oops, now I have to be more concentrated, and I have to be very careful and read the question from very beginning till the end, because I should not miss any keyword from the question. Because sometimes you understand that, oh, it's clear, it's a communication plan, but just or project communication or program communication doesn't matter. But when you miss this project keyword there, you can make a mistake. And doing one by one, I didn't pay attention to the time. Just when I want to make a break, I ask her to come just to count time. I mean, time have to be counted. I have to not use any button there. She said, no, I have to stop the exam, and then you can go to the washroom. So I said, no, let's continue. It was about 1 hour, I believe. After 1 hour, I want to make a break. And then I started I just continued. And when I finished my question 170, I just pay attention to the time and understand that 95 minutes left till the end of exam, and I've already finished. I have 53 marked questions, and started to review all the questions one by one. I changed only two answers from my questions. For the remaining ones, I just read the question and read my answer and realize that nothing have to be changed there. Just leave it as it is. And again, ask the lady to come. I said, in case if I finish it earlier, will something happen here? She said, no, you can leave it earlier. Don't worry. And when you realize that just on the desktop, you see that congratulations, it was not, you are now certified PgMP, something like that. I don't remember exactly. I said, no, let me see it again. Something wrong here. Yeah, and then she just gave me this printed breakdown, not detailed one. So it was really amazing that I finished earlier, one and a half hour earlier than scheduled. And when I just answered the questions, I cannot say that this was very challenging and complicated to me, because all the questions we have in our booklet here. And yes, maybe they are paraphrased. Maybe we have different options as an answers. But when you have your knowledge just gained from the booklet, and when you have all the smokes and PDFs, you just logically understand which question and which answer will be correct there. So you can manage it easily. And I didn't have any panic. I didn't have any emotions. I just been concentrated on the questions and doing it one by one without. I didn't hurry up. Really, I didn't facilitate to push myself to finish earlier. No, I was in a relaxing mode. But sometimes some questions were tricky, and you just understand that both versions are okay, but you have one minor difference between these questions, and you just to have choose whichever is more suitable for this question. But in general, um, you have to be not in a panic. You have to be relaxed, and you will manage it easily, I believe.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was very good detailed description by you about the exam thing. So one thing I want to ask before we move forward, that you finished 1.5 hour earlier. So what was the trick that you used to do the exam so early? Whether you look for eliminating options, you look for the keywords in the in the questions. What was your strategy that you were to so fast?
Actually, when we have a discussion with both of you and Mr. Amir, and both of you mentioned that use elimination during the answering the question while we answer the questions, but sometimes you can use it for me specifically. And if you remember, Mr. Abdul, we have discussion with you also that when at the very beginning of our journey, you said that read the question, read the answers, and read the question, and then read the complete question. I implemented it during my preparation for the last 1 month, but during the exam, I was afraid that I will miss something. Let me read carefully the question first and the options provided. And sometimes it was really hard to eliminate. As I mentioned, there was a minor key difference between the provided answers, and you just trying to understand whichever have to be chosen. And I use keyword there, and again, knowledge from the booklet, because I have a lot of notes, a lot of highlights here. I'm added here information from the questions. Even if we have here all the information, I just highlighted here again to be more. It's more easy to me to understand what shall be part of the benefit register, for example, or benefit management plan, and I split it into steps to just for me it's more easy to me to understand the concept and information given. So booklet, keywords, elimination technique, all of this in general help me to manage it.
Okay.
And by the way, I have to say that watches are not allowed to the exam, and this is a good way, because you are not in case if watch will be on me, so I will immediately to just track the time, expedite the time, that how many minutes, how many hours slept, etc. So I just remove it, and it's good.
What
to
about jewelry? Did they ask you to remove the jewelry also?
No, nothing about jewelry. They just asked me to leave my stuff and
Yeah,
watch as
because
well. So
Because in if you give exam in US, they give you like when you give the exam, they give you a paper and it is written on it that jewelry is also not allowed. You need to remove it and put it in a box.
mm,
Yeah,
they just check everything on me, whether I have something with
yeah,
me to just to help me, to support me, or to guide me. I
yeah.
don't know.
Exactly the
And
same. Yeah.
one interesting point, when I was in waiting room, I mean at the reception, one man came there, and it was, sorry, exactly copy paste of Mr. Amirali. I just is Amirali here? He came here to help me, to support me. So he just sat next to me, and as far as I remember, he was engaged for PMP exam. I don't think PMI PMP or something, just a long name of the exam. So, but it was really copy paste of Mr. Ali Amir Ali, and I said, "Oh my goodness, he's also here." So shame on me, I have to pass this exam.
And also, I think at the same moment you got my message also.
That's why I really confused. And he says, "Good morning." And looking at me, I said, "Good morning." Oh my goodness. So
Yeah, yeah, that's good. That's really good. Okay, and exactly what Dr. Maria is saying, jewelry is not allowed. They even check my glasses. Yeah, because now even
they
with
check
the,
everything. Yeah.
yeah, because with the Meta glasses looks like this, exactly like that. So it has all the things. So yeah, of course they will be doing it more and more in the future because of the glasses also coming there. They will be checking that. Okay, Mr. Sami, please
Mhm.
go ahead.
Yes. So, Mr. Bena, starting with your preparations, like we had the live classes and then we were doing the chapter wise questions. And then later on, I took you to the mocks and other steps. So, how important you feel is this stepwise approach to understand the individual chapters? Because I always told you, let's spend 1 month to understand chapter wise questions, because I will not bring you back to this chapter wise questions. And then later on, we never attempted those chapter wise questions. So, how do you feel that once we start, like we are doing the lectures and you are doing the chapter wise questions, how important that step is moving forward?
I believe that all steps taken till today was were correct, and I would not change anything in the strategy, because it's really helps you to understand, to realize, to go deeply to the keywords, to the information and knowledge we gain from these chapter-wise questions. And so I would not change anything. For me, it's all perfect.
It's all
It
Okay.
was
perfect.
really important and really beneficial for me.
Okay.
Again, it depends on nature and complexity of
Hmm.
person. Maybe I don't know, but for me, it's we need
Okay.
it.
Okay. And one important thing, how do you manage exam content outline? Because you always told me that that is my weak point. So in the exam, what about the relevancy of eco? And the last month, how you try to understand the flow of eco?
Yes, eco is my. I just first of all, I can say that during the exam, I was afraid calculation questions, because sometimes I just confuse with ROI and PCRs. However, I managed it quickly. During the exam, we have about three questions related to calculations. Regarding the eco, again, the keyword helped me, because you know the I used our previous version of eco questions, where you already highlighted the keywords, and during the last day before the exam, I have repeated again. I just paid attention to all these key questions, keywords from eco. And when you know the beginning of the eco, so you can understand what is needed, which document they are talking about, or what information they want you to answer. So it was not difficult. However, I was afraid that I would not manage it.
but you did manage, and that's the most important thing, that you never break the consistency and you move towards it. This is one of the most important thing. Okay, Mr. Samir, before I take questions more from you, Said Rizvi, Heman, Dr. Maria, she's already certified, Naveed, Felician, and Vinu. Guys, if you have any question that you would like to ask her, please go ahead. Because I want to make sure that now she started from zero, she just cleared it. Whatever the questions you have, we want to answer that. Anyone has any question they would like to ask?
This is Venu. Yeah.
Hi, Vinu. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Hi,
Yeah.
Vinod.
Congratulations, Miss Sabina, for the
Thank you.
certification. I just would like to understand, like, we recently started doing these blue background questions, right? Like on that Mr. Sami has helped us in compiling around 425 questions or so. On the exam, like, are those closer to the green background, blue background, or echo? What's your opinion, like, overall? Because you completed very fast the exam, almost you got 90 minutes extra, right? Something like that we mentioned. Yeah.
Yeah, I can say that it was mix of the questions from all the PDFs and blue background.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and what is important, you have all these questions in your PDFs, but just paraphrase version and options provided are different. You have required option in the list, but concept and statements are different. That's why sometimes you just trying. So I never seen this word here, so something strange with me. Just this is tricky moment when you realize that some new options provided in your question. However, you know the question because you met this question in your PDFs, but options are different. And sometimes this is confusing me that maybe something wrong, maybe something changed, maybe I need to choose the version which is provided, option which is provided right now, because I never met it before in our PDFs. But in general, I had a lot of questions from all the mixer PDFs and blue background. Couple of questions from green background, but again, we in our blue background we have mix of PDFs, we have mix of green background questions as well. Tone of the questions similar and scenarios may be similar, so we have to be concentrated on blue background questions and PDFs also, but again, blue background already about 500 questions and cover most of the exam content.
Okay. And
And
are
we
those
have a lot of questions. Sorry,
no, are those very lengthy questions, or two-liners? How did you get it? Like,
I have very few length questions. I have a lot of questions from risk management, a lot of
risk?
questions,
Okay.
risk and benefit management.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of questions we have about not a lot, but business case, communication and stakeholder register, questions about business case. So again, the blue background questions for me, it's the best way to be prepared for the exam. However, you should not forget about mocks questions. You have to repeat them, review them once again. But in my during my exam, I don't remember some complicated scenario based questions. I mean length questions. No. And specifically just the during the last 10 days, Mr. Abdurrahim, he added additional questions to the exam, so you have to go through these questions as well.
Mm-hmm. Any numericals or graphical questions or nothing?
Numerical, I mentioned that we definitely we have these questions in our PDFs, nothing else, nothing extra, nothing new, which we
Okay.
are not, no.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for the
Just
inputs.
follow the booklet, follow
Mm-hmm.
the eco, follow the blue background questions.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Yes, Mr. Naveed, go ahead. Unmute yourself. Yes.
First of all, congratulations, ma'am, for clearing the PGMP. Uh, I started my journey with watching your coaching calls in the chapter-wise questions, and I want to ask that were there any question in which you were confused about which phase of the program they are talking? Were there any such questions?
No, I didn't confuse with such kind of questions because I know very well where, which document, because we have Magic Grid, which is clearly give you all information, which document needs to be prepared at which stage. And again, ECO, we have all this information. So no, I never confused with such kind of questions. It was easier for me. And yesterday we discussed with my husband Ruslan. He said that I just trying to remember the questions, I'm tone of the question, and says Ruslan, it was too strange question. I don't remember exactly what they want to ask me, but and said Sabina, you are above target, and now you say that's some strange question. So it means that you know everything. You just know the tone. You have to understand tone of the question. You have to know this booklet, and everything will be okay, I believe.
Okay, thank you.
And Magic Grid, yeah. The page number 23, I repeated many times, and Magic Grid.
So
Okay.
page number 23, you also got, because another student also got
Yeah.
question page number 23.
Yeah, it's my favorite page. I have a lot of I have a lot of not additions. I just some remarks again, some questions which gave me some keywords which will be also beneficial for me. But this is way how I approach the booklet, how I understand this booklet. This is again, this is maybe suitable for me, but not suitable for someone else. Even for my husband, sometimes I send him my notes. He said, "What is this?" I would prefer to go through the questions. It's more efficient for me. So that's why all of us has our own way to get information in our minds.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Mr. Rizvi, go ahead.
Hi, Sabina. First of all, congratulations. I think it's a great effort.
Thank you.
What I wanted to ask you, you got all of them above target, right? Which is
Yes.
amazing, right? So, how confident were you when you were answering the question that it is the right answer? Or did you have to second guess? And if you did have to second guess, what strategy did you use? Because this is my first week with Mr. Sami, and he's amazing, and I'm sure he'll get me where I want to be. But I just want to understand what, because he's obviously giving me exceptional tips about answering questions. Did you sort of follow? Yeah, what strategy did you follow when if you were second guessing an answer?
Okay, thank you for your question. As I mentioned before, when we have discussion before the exam with Mr. Abdul Rahim and Mr. Amir, both of them highlighted that in case if you mark some questions, don't go to the previous question. It is not recommendable from their opinion to change your mind, to change the answer given. And as a result, I marked 53 questions. And when I just click to review all these questions, I didn't read other options. I just read the question and give an answer. I didn't pay attention to other options, and I realized that everything is okay. I don't have to change anything. Just I have two questions only where I changed my mind, because again, when I selected, for example, C, I remember that I just want to go with A. Just let me think later. And I change only two questions. And for the remaining ones, I just keep next. I didn't stop. Well, I have reviewed about 15 questions and then stop and go to the to push the button to next to complete all this review process and end the exam. So from my vision, it is not really recommendable to review the questions once again and make some changes there. in case I say I had only 2 questions which I want to prefer to go with A, but I choose C, and then when I review these questions, I change my mind to A again. So for the remaining one, I just keep review process and end the exam. That's why I believe that where we started the exam, we are fresh, we are more motivated, we have passion, we understand the questions, and we give right answers. And when you go back and review these questions, sometimes you starting with I mean some confusion cues. Let me do something, let me change something. It's not a good experience for me. That's why I skip this process and end the exam. I
Okay,
didn't
great. Thank
change
you. So I think
anything, only two.
so. No, that's good. So what you think is go with your first instinct then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I also
Okay.
want to add something here. You see, when apart from the first 5 to 10 questions, Mr. Rizvi, when you are solving the first to 5, 10 questions, you are in tension, confused, things like that. But when you move into the flow, you are at your ideal stage, right? After 3 hours, let's say you completed all the mocks for her, it's for 2 hours and 30 minutes. But as a general, let's say after 3 hours, now you are tired. Now, if you change your opinion, apart from the first 5, 10 questions, okay, I can agree to that. But if you change your opinion, this means you are second guessing your entire exam, right? So we have seen people changing a lot of answers, and as a result of that, what happens? They second guess themselves, they get confused, and what we say, they start traveling. So the best thing is that just go with the flow. Whatever the answer you are well prepared. Mr. Abdul Rahim is gonna make sure when you go to the exam, you have done so many mocks before that you are 100% prepared, sir. So we will make sure that when you go there, you are ready for that. So when you are there, just go with the flow, sir. Okay. Okay. Now, Sabina,
Thank you. Thank you both.
sure.
Yeah.
A very important question, and which I always love to say, the most important thing I say is customize roadmap, which you just discussed that your husband, you showed to your husband, and he says that, okay, do you take it? My thing is different. So even husband, wife is different. If I talk about even my wife, she is PMP, PGMP, and ACP. She never even read the booklet. Right? She never even read the booklet. She said, no, I don't want to. She used to watch the videos, and she's an audio learner. Everyone is different. So that's the most important thing that Mr. Abdurrahim gave a customized roadmap according to each individual, right? Then the most important thing which we are doing and which I'm very happy, you just came, all other people just came from there, the coaching call, especially the August series coaching call. We did a lot of coaching call together. So how important those coaching calls, in your opinion, is for the students, how it elevates your preparation, please?
For me, shame on me when I just reviewed all this coaching calls. I said, what? Sometimes I made mistakes, and Mr. Abdo Rahim, he asked me, Sabina, why B? And I just listened to my explanation and said, what I am saying there, something wrong. Because the first time when you at live coaching call, you listen to your mentor, but sometimes you don't recognize deeply what he's saying. But after, when you do some exercises, tasks, and go back to this coaching calls to understand what was a mistake from your side, what you overlooked, maybe you didn't pay attention, etc., you start to understand um, from other point of view. You understand, you realize information from. Now you are more knowledgeable person because you already read it. You make a lot of questions and mistakes, etc., and now you are listening again to this coaching call, and you realize, this is major information, important information given by Mr. Abdul Rahim during the call, but you didn't pay attention at that time. That's why I believe, yes, this is very important for all the students to participate first time, Even if you made a lot of mistakes, it's okay. But to go back again within couple of days, couple of weeks, maybe, I don't know. It depends on the length of this journey, but it's very important for all of us.
For all of them. Yes, Mr. Rahim.
Yes. And now I would like to ask about the follow-up, because for a few of the students I had, they have no follow-ups with other trainers, but we don't compare with others. For you, like a busy professional, because everybody who is doing PGMP is surely working not less than 10 hours in the office. They have different call time, different working zones, and still, if there is no follow-up, or somebody you get frustrated that today again he's sending the message that what is the progress, then tomorrow again, how does it keeps you involved to do something even if you're not done it?
For me, I need someone who will say, Sabina, you have to do it. Where are you? What's your result? Because when I understand flexibility, when I realize that I can do whatever I want to do, I mean, I do not have any deadlines, then I will not do it, definitely. And any certification, not, any trainings, any knowledge, specifically PGMP certification required a great deal of resilience, and you have to balance all this work stuff. You will our work will not end anywhere. I mean, we'll always will have tasks to be done within certain deadline at our work in the office, etc. Specifically, as I'm working remotely, I do not have let's say limited time to do. I am working at 7 a.m. I'm working at 7 p.m. and midnight. Doesn't matter. Whenever I have a time, I have to work to do something, because I have kids at home. I have to do some homework, etc., etc. So for me, it is really important to have someone who will push me, who will limit me with the time, and will say that, Sabina, you have to do it. You have 2-3 days. You have to complete this mock. Give me a result of this mock. Give me a result of your, I don't know, of your simulator, etc., etc. So without you, I would not do anything, really. So that's why. And when I recognize that I have exam within 1 month period, then I just time management. You have to balance your time, and you have your priorities, as we are doing at resource prioritization, resource independency. You did all this stuff to pass this exam.
Okay. So a very important thing, and I'll come to that. Haman, go ahead, please.
Yeah, firstly, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think I wanted to ask, did you take some time off before the exam date? And how many days did you take? Would you recommend it?
Actually, for 1 week period, I didn't, I take off vacation, and because otherwise I will be frustrated and will not focus on my questions, because when you have some urgent job to do, urgent work to do, urgent report, urgent calls, etc., except one day, just a couple of 2 days before the exam, I had a very important high-level management meeting. I just participated in this meeting. I didn't do anything. I just keep all. I mean, I asked my team leaders to follow up all the works they have to do, but nothing with me. Only 1 week period. For the remaining, for starting from the beginning of October till today, I did daily about. I spent the daily about 5 hours for the preparation.
Okay, excellent.
Okay. Now this is a very important question that I love to ask. You did a lot of mocks, right? I'm sure Mr. Saming gave you a lot of mocks, blue background and other. How important those blue background questions are for current exam?
Very important. I mentioned it before, very important. because again, blue background question have mix of questions from all the mocks, even from green background questions, and combine all the key information from the booklet. Specifically, we Mr. Abdul Rahim, he just updated, added questions about governance, about questions from
risk.
Yes, from risk, etc. So for me, the most important is blue background. Again, we just discussed this with Ruslan yesterday. I asked him to follow blue background. Very important. However, for me, I like green background more than blue background, because in green backgrounds we have a lot of questions from eco. A lot of questions in the beginning and the second part of this PDF, green background PDF, but blue background gives you a very good basis for the grant exam.
Okay.
But I would like to add here that the blue background will be only effective once you have done the mocks plus green background questions. You have read the booklet, and then the essence or the suitability of the blue background question will come. So we have to go step by step. Once you have a strong foundation, then you have multiple things to combine on. And also, like Dr. Maria has mentioned, there are multiple. Remember, there are multiple questions on that. Okay, and only my last question. Then, Mr. Amir, you can give the closing remarks, because I tell you to do mocks multiple times. So, is it enough if you do one time, or at least like a student who is preparing must do the amount of time I am telling to do?
For me, no. I believe that at least you have to do it 3 times. But for me specifically, if you remember, Mr. Abdul Rahim, for the last 2 days before the exam, when I just read information, but I didn't recognize any information. I'm reading, but I don't understand what I'm reading, because maybe I was I don't know, exhausted, tired, and there's all this emotions, maybe panic. I don't, and I cannot say anything. Even in the morning, I just opened the booklet in the car just to read something, and then closed it. Said no, I have all information here. Even when I started the exam, I didn't remember what is a business case, what is a charter, what is a definition page at the beginning of exam. But when I saw the first question, I just mobilized. I understand that, oh, I know this information, I know this question, I know this answer. Yes, of course, I have questions where I just confused and keep thinking about maybe 2-3 minutes even. But in general, the way and strategy is good.
Very good.
Okay, Sabina, Binu is asking, what were your scores in the mocks?
What my scores in the first, just I have to open about 85. We have mocks with 75 at the very beginning. I mean, first attempt, 75%, 85, 82. And for the last ones, I have 90, 95. Even for simulator, we have the same results.
Okay. Thank you very much, Sabina. Thank you, everyone. If anyone has any question, they can ask now. I really appreciate all of you, and especially Dr. Maria. She came to support you. And this is
It supported me a lot.
And also, I would like to mention that in the last week, Dr. Maria, Mohit, and Ms. Sabina, who was my last student, they were communicating with each other, and they motivated them. They gave them a lot of confidence, and that is the power of our community. Like you always mention, each one teach one, and this is why teams of teams. Very, very good, and everybody is happy for success to make other ones successful. I think that is the main essence that is in our all the participants, whether they have passed the exam, they are preparing for the exam. Everybody is motivating each other.
Everybody is motivating each other. Yes.
Our WhatsApp chat, it's not just for congratulations. Of course, this is very important. But when I remember that in the early morning, we had discussion between Dr. Maria about the charter, which the document we have to review first, charter or program roadmap. I enjoyed from this communication because when we have team and team is just again sharing their experience, knowledges and options, vision. So it's very beneficial for those who just started because all of us in this group and it's really good tool for all of us. It's something like project management system in our WhatsApp group to communicate and to share all the questions and answers. We have some doubts and maybe we just want someone from our team to help us, to guide us, to share again, to share knowledge. So
Yeah. Sabina, before I end this, how important the sport in application filling was. Now that was something, it is something, if you are stuck, you are stuck. And I remember how the application process was challenging, how it was reviewing it. So can you explain in a minute, how did you write the PGMP application, how Mr. Sami supported it, and what was the process we followed?
uh actually, regarding my application, the more, I started with my work experience from 2006, but for the remaining 10 years, I'm working for PPHDP plant, and all the application we wrote, all the experience in my application is came from this project, which I started as a project team and then I switched to operational phase. So I can say now that maybe at this time it will be more easy to me to write this application rather than in April, in May, April, in May. And because now I understand the concept more easier than at the beginning. And of course, we couldn't manage it without your involvement because I wrote something. Yes, we use ChatGPT, of course, but how we use it, I gave a ChatGPT my information in just wrote it in as a text, what I did, when I did, what I need. I used my own words to explain all concept of this application, and just to get it in more official way, I used ChatGPT, and then I eliminated some unknown words for even for me because I don't want people to realize that this is not written by people, by humans. It's written by AI. So that's why I have rewritten again it and eliminated some words, eliminated some statements even, but the concept again given by me and then adjusted by Mr. Abdurrahim and you as well. It was challenging for me to understand which phase came first, which shall be later, etc. So for now, it will be more easier, I believe.
Okay.
Let's see, maybe we'll start with PGMP, and now I have to use, in that case, I have to use my experience from PGMP to write applications. I don't know the way, but again.
Yeah. You gave him the application, he reviewed it, then he sent it to me, I reviewed it, then we get a third party review. Make sure,
Yeah.
yes, to make sure that the application is bulletproof and it can get approved. Thank you very much, Sabina. Thank you very much, everybody who joined it. Now, for Haman, Rizvi, Naveed, Felician, Vinu, and everyone else who is still in the PGMP and is in the process, I really want all of you to clear in this year. And I hope, Dr. Maria, you'll keep sporting as you are sporting now. Sabina, I hope you join hands with Mr. Sami and Dr. Maria in sporting. First up, this starts at home. Your husband, he must be PGMP in this year. Let's try a deadline that he can do in this month, and then use like December as contingency or management reserve, as we called in the project management language, right? And for everyone who will be watching this success journey, if she can clear, and this is her first certification, and she did it 2.5 hours and with all above target, I don't think anyone is here who cannot pass the PGMP. we will make sure that you pass. We'll make sure that 100% success record remains there. And Miss Sabina, you are 53 PGMP, right, Mr. Sami? PGMP number 53?
Yes, 53.
Yeah,
Yes, 53.
we are maintaining a record, each one, and we are hoping to do 75. But I love what Dr. Maria said. Let's try for 100. So, Mr. Sami, why not? Why not? Okay, thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you,
And
everyone.
Ms. Sabina, do share your
Thank you very much, Ms. Sabina.
do send your picture, meet or Mr. Sami. I will be using as a thumbnail. I will be posting it in 2 to 3 hours. I will put it today, right itself. Thank you very much, and
Thank you so